last lap. Do I drift? What's up, Janky fam? So there are unfortunately no drift events around me this weekend. I thought to myself, well, either I find something else to do or I spend time with my family. So I'm going to an autocross event. For those unfamiliar with autocross, basically, if you've ever driven by some sort of wide open parking lot and there's guys racing around a bunch of cones, that's autocross. That really makes it sound simplistic, but there's a lot more that goes into it, and it is very competitive. I'm sitting on the hood of my 2007 Nissan 350Z, and this car is not in any way, shape, or form set up for grip. But we're gonna give it a shot and see just how good, I guess, or bad, a drift car does at a race event. My experience has been that the autocross crew does not care for drift. So there is a strong possibility that I'm gonna take this car out there and get kicked off. That in mind, let's make a quick adjustment to my rear vinyl. They'll never know the difference. What does it say about Philly that I can't get a clean damn take-in without some sort of ambulance or police siren? Still waiting. So when I was, I think, 19 years old, I bought a 1989 Toyota Supra. And it was my first rear-wheel drive sports car, and my dad said, basically before he let me out on the road with it, he wanted me to do an autocross event. So I did that first event, and I remember this one sweeper, it was like the last sweeper of the course on my very first lap, and all of a sudden, the car just, whoop, and I lost it, right? And I spun at least twice, maybe 3 times, and in that moment it was like, holy f***, I am not as good a driver as I thought I was. I think autocross, especially for anyone who is a car enthusiast, is a must when you first get into cars. It will humble your ass real quick. And some like 80-year-old dude in a Miata destroys your time and makes the course look easy. So I am walking through grid. Probably the worst part about doing autocross is that you have to do a work assignment. Just so you know what I do for you people, I'm gonna be out here in what looks like a man bra or something, and running around with a GoPro on my chest to get some footage. You're welcome. So this is what's called shagging cones, which basically means if anybody hits a cone just like that, then I gotta run my ass out there. And put it back, just like that. So, autocross comes with a free workout. You're probably gonna hear a lot of heavy breathing. We're officially in grid. The nice thing about autocross is that you can basically wear shorts and a t-shirt and nobody cares. I actually brought a pair of pants with me, intending to put them on, but literally everybody else here is walking around in shorts, so why am I gonna do that to myself? This car is really tail happy, and I think it's gonna be hard to keep it from hanging the rear end out. So I think that's gonna be our battle. Was like 55 seconds. That one was 51 and some change. And I honestly think that I might have been able to hit like a 50, maybe almost 49 if I didn't f up on that sweeper turn towards like the way back of the course. But if I can get under a 52nd in this car today, I'd be super happy. I'm gonna drop the tire pressure. I think I have it at 30. I'm gonna drop it to 25 and see what that does.
I think I could reasonably, if I drove the absolute shit out of this car, I think like a 47 would be attainable. But it would be real rough. I mean, that's about as clean a lap as I think that I would be able to put down on this course.
This car is not set up for grip. The front is super cambered out. I mean, theoretically in racing, as you go into return, you're gonna load up on one side, which is gonna force that contact patch to be flat. For this purpose though, that is a little bit too cambered out, let's say. And the rear is basically at 0. For drift, having your toe and or camber settings at 0 helps promote equal tire wear, and you would want some camber in the rear, ideally in a car that's designed for grip.
I know I'm on the borderline of making excuses at this point, but like the tune on this car also is super twitchy in terms of low throttle, which for drift, I don't care. I mean, I'm like basically either halfway to full pedal for most of a run, right? But for this, you really need to be able to modulate low throttle. Like when I'm doing that slalom, I was trying to maintain a consistent throttle, or you know, trying to do like tiny little blips in between, and it was just like boom, 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 and just wanting to kick the car either way. All right, last lap. Do I drift? I do.
You know you can't do that?
Yeah.
But you did it anyway?
Yeah, to be honest, this car is not an autocross car. And I used to do autocross a lot back in the day, and I wanted to test it out. And I know.
You can't be drifting the whole event, and then when you came through the finish, you were going like 45 miles an hour the whole way through grid. It's 5 miles an hour once you get to the finish too. So
that's not bad. Dude.
You do it again, and you're done.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you guys, this car, I can't get this thing around the track without hanging it out. It's got a welded rear end and all that. It will not get around without sliding.
So I don't like being the bad guy. I don't like doing
I
it,
get it, dude.
You've been warned, so
yeah, I got you.
Well, a decade later, can confirm autocross people still do not care for drifters. I realized that I never really shared a conclusion, so here we go. Can you race a drift car? Sure. Is it going to be good? Probably not. I'm pretty convinced that I could have put down better times if I had reverted my car back to stock. But with that, I'll see you next time.